Hi, Aqua Roomers. We finished reading Little House on the Prairie. Oh, such a good book. So today we get to go through all the pictures, just like we do at school, and recap the story. You ready? Yeah. See if you remember. So this was the first picture in the book. And they left the little house in the big woods. So here's the wagon is big, isn't it? And there's Jack the dog, Laura and Mary, and they're going west. So then, so much fun to find the pictures. And before they left, they had to say goodbye to all the relatives. So all of the aunts and the uncles and the cousins and Grandma and Grandpa, everybody came to say goodbye. They left early in the morning. And that's the little house in the big woods that they left. And this is end of winter, early spring. Oh, yes. So, when they were crossing the river, they heard the crack in the ice. It was so scary. Remember? And then Ma and Pa talked about how they were lucky that they crossed when they did, because what if the ice had broken the day before? Oh my goodness. They could have been drowned under the water. But they made it across. This is how they crossed one of the rivers. Look at the long raft and the string. So you drive your wagon onto the raft and then pull the string across, and then there's a long pole to help push you. That had to be hard. And then, so they went to the creek bottoms, and this is crossing the creek. There's Pet and Patty and the wagon. Oh my goodness. Do you remember? Oh my. The river rose so fast. The creek rose so quickly that Pa had to jump in the water and help Pet and Patty get across. Ma had to drive the wagon. Nobody knew that that was going to happen. It was really very scary. But then Jack wasn't there. Where was Jack? And there's Laura looking out of the back of the wagon. Oh, Pa said for $1 million he never would have let Jack cross that rising creek all by himself. So this is the next picture where they're camping on the high prairie. Remember how we talked about how flat the prairie is? So Laura and Mary is grinding the coffee mill, and Laura is dipping water out of a bucket, getting ready to prepare supper. Oh, they were so worried after they finally crossed that rising creek, and then these two green eyes came at them, and Pa thought it might be a wolf, but Pet and Patty weren't worried. Couldn't be a wolf. And it was Jack. Jack made his way across that rising creek. Oh my goodness, that was a good day. Prairie Day. So imagine, this really is the house they lived in, and now they're outside eating in the grass. Laura liked the prairie, the tall, wavy, beautiful grass, and the big sky, not like the big woods. So Laura and Mary are helping to do the dishes and to pack things up for the day. went exploring, and Laura and Mary tried to find the gophers that would go down in their holes and pop up again. That was so much fun. Oh, they loved it. Ooh. I love finding all the pictures. And then Ma did the ironing. That was a big day of cleaning and washing and ironing. That was their home on the prairie. And then Pa got ready to build their house. So he went down to the creek bottoms and he got lots and lots of logs. So that means he cut down trees. And those trees became the logs, and then he turned the logs into all the beams to make the log cabin. I can't imagine doing that, can you? No. Ooh. Yes. So, oh my goodness. Ma was helping Pa. They got 3 logs high, 5 logs high. And then Ma fell. She just couldn't hold it. Too heavy. And fortunately, only her ankle was sore. Oh, there she is, soaking it in a bucket. She was very lucky. She could have broken her foot. It was very scary. So Pa was in the woods and he met a neighbor, Mr. Edwards. And Mr. Edwards was so much fun. So Mr. Edwards helped Pa build the house. And then after that, Pa helped Mr. Edwards build his house. And this is their night together. And everything was done except the roof and the door and the windows. And Mr. Edwards was singing and laughing and music. It was so much fun. So, moving in. Oh, and there were some Indians. Yeah, and there are their teepees and their smoke. So, Pa had built everything, but today he took the wagon cover and he put it over top to be the roof for a while so that he could help Mr. Edwards before he built his own roof. Yep. Do you remember that chapter? That was fun. It was a very windy day. And at last, they could move inside. They could live inside. Well, there's not a floor yet, and there's not a roof yet, and not windows or a door, but it's a house. It's their house. They can move inside. Yep. Ooh, the wolf pack. And that morning, Laura and Mary went outside and discovered that Pet and Patty had a new baby horse, a colt, and they named it Bunny because Bunny had very long ears. So then, I know my book is well loved. Do you know that? Falling apart, but that just means the story is so good because we've read it many, many times. So, Pa, oh my goodness. Pa had gone to see what he could see, and all of a sudden the wolves came out of the rise. They surrounded him. It was really scary. 50 of them. Look how big the largest wolf is. They called him a buffalo wolf. Buffalo wolf. And that night, the wolves made a circle around the house. And Laura and Pa went each side to the window and looked at the wolves and heard them howl. Wow. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, yeah. So after that, Pa wanted to make sure he had a door. So he and Laura helped make a door for the house. This is fun. And then, I gotta find all the pictures. Yeah. Ooh. Pa took Mary and Laura to the creek to collect rocks. Big rocks. Because Pa was ready to build a fireplace. To build a chimney. Yeah. So that Ma wouldn't have to do all of her cooking outdoors. And oh, they love the water and the minnows, and there's Pa collecting the rocks. That was a fun day. So then, look at that. Pa finished the job. Woo! Got this high up, but he wanted to keep on going. And he did. And that is the inside of the fireplace he built. Can you imagine? Look at all those rocks. Oh, hard work. So after that, Pa built a roof. He had to cut every one of those slabs. Wow. And Laura and Mary were on the ground to make sure if there was a nail that went away, that they would collect it. Ooh. At last, there's a floor and a roof. And the house is done. Yeah. A lot of work. You remember, they felt very good. Ooh. So then, two Indians came into the house. And Ma cooked them with the cornmeal. Laura, she'd never seen an Indian before. She was a little scared. And remember, they had skunk skins and feathers in their hair. Oh my goodness. Oh, so then, here's Pa. He's digging a well. Look how deep he is. That's as far as he can go. So then he needs his neighbor, Mr. Scott, to help him dig the well. And the story about the candle and the gas down in the bottom. Oh yeah, you remember? He had to pull Mr. Scott up. That was scary. And even Laura said that was a bad day. But they learned, they knew about the gas, and there's Ma. Finally, they have a well, fresh water. They don't have to go to the creek anymore. And then the cowboys came. Pa helped them. There's a Texas Longhorn. And oh my goodness. Oh, he was wild. But they gave it to Pa along with the calf because Pa helped. So now they have milk because they have a cow. So Pa took Laura and Mary to the Indian camps. And they found beads, and they identified bones and tracks of different animals. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, fever and ache. Oh my goodness. They were always down at the creek bottoms. And, oh wow, look at this. They got so sick. And it wasn't the watermelon that everybody thought it was. It was the mosquitoes. Oh, and here's Laura trying to crawl across the floor. And there's Jack. Oh my goodness, helping her. The whole family was sick, like really sick. So, Dr. Tan, who was a doctor with the Indians, happened to be walking by. Jack went and got him. Jack never liked anybody, but he knew the family needed help, and he got Dr. Tan. And we are going to finish the rest of this. All right? Lots of good pictures. This is so much fun. Thank you, boys and girls.